Thank you so much for tuning in to the Awakening with Katina Love. We are a spiritual enlightenment channel where we help you to raise your consciousness and become your best version. Today, we have a special guest, Jessica Guibord. She works with energy healing, and she's going to talk to us today about what that entails. Jessica, thank you so much for being a guest. How are things going?
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. Things are going very well. Very excited to
Awesome.
be on your podcast. Thank you for the
You're
invite.
so welcome. You're so welcome. So, talk to us about how did you discover energy healing and what is that?
So I discovered energy healing by actually having a session myself. I was married, and my ex-husband's father actually married a healer. And I've always been into metaphysical things, tarot, psychic, angels, all that. And when I found out she was a healer, I really started to talk to her about that. And she offered, when we visited one time, to do a session for me and for me to be able to feel it. And um, I was laying on her bed in, the bedroom at their home, and she was working around me. I had my eyes closed, and I could actually see a white figure moving around the bed. And I had told her, I can see you. You're pure white, and I can
Wow.
see your movements. And she's like, cool. And it carried on. And then all of a sudden, I had this, it was the brightest, whitest light. It came in and it hit my heart like a defibrillator, and it like
Wow.
lifted me up off the bed. And I was like, what was that? She said, you felt that? I said, yes, I felt that. What was that? And she said, the hand of God. And when she said that, I
Wow.
was like, oh my gosh, teach me.
Mhm.
I knew I needed to, I knew I had an interest and an ability that was buried, that was unlocked in that moment. And
Wow, that's
I was like,
incredible.
can you take me under your wing? Can I be your apprentice? And she said, no, I'm not at liberty to do that, but I can tell you where I went to school. So I went to Energy Touch School of Advanced Healing, and I started learning energy medicine. And that
That's
was in
wonderful.
2014.
Hmm.
And I, graduated after a 3-year certification in 2017, and I've been practicing since 2014. But it has just bloomed and blossomed. And I'm also a Reiki master. I studied Reiki. I've studied holographic healing with Marilyn Harper. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I've studied herbalism, but it
That's
takes
great.
me back to energy touch. And that modality is what I practice now. But it is absolutely amazing, what it can do for us. And
Yeah. I'm totally into all of that. Healing is something that's natural. It's not something to be shunned. It's something to embrace.
Absolutely.
And I love to connect with other people who have that same mindset. Um, to the healers that are out there, or the ones that are hiding, or the ones that want to embrace that gift, because we all have it within us. We just have to cultivate it. We have to bring it out. And so the people that say the other healers, or the ones that are budding, or the ones that are already practicing in private, what advice would you give to them?
Well, I would tell them to work on themselves, to clear themselves, and to clear the fear, because
Hmm.
fear is what holds us back, and
Right.
fear is the block that disrupts our energy flow. We are electromagnetic beings. We have a life force that flows through us, and the body maintains its own perfect homeostasis. It was made divinely perfect. It's just forgotten in some way by some
Hmm.
disruption. And the disruption starts in the energetic field. It starts by, some kind of disruption, whether it's the foods we eat, the products we
Hmm.
use, the emotions we hold, the traumas we've been through, our relationships with others, our relationships with ourselves.
Hmm.
And when we can clear that fear, we gain a confidence in the self, and our gifts blossom and bloom. And then we begin to be able to be divine servants. And, ultimately, the energy healing that we all have within, is meant to help ourselves and to help others. And so once
Absolutely.
we clear ourselves and we can be that divine gift for others and help them, we become the
Hmm.
umbrella to hold back the disruption so that they can see the path clearly and then they can walk the path through their own storm, and so
Yeah,
it's just absolutely amazing. I
that's
would just say
wonderful.
clear your fear and you'll find your way.
Absolutely. Can you share with us some of your, like, some of the benefits of Reiki energy healing or any of the modalities that you do, the benefits?
Yeah. So like I said, we are electromagnetic beings. We have an electromagnetic field which has energetic currents and flows. And when
Hmm.
that is moving properly, it's shaped like a torus, which is almost like a three-dimensional donut. And the energy comes in, around, and back. It's like a three-dimensional infinity loop, basically.
I
So
love
when
that.
that energetic flow is moving properly, the body maintains its own perfect homeostasis. When that gets disrupted, um, things and disruptions and dis-ease sets into the physical body. So if we can get the energy flow moving properly, then the body doesn't get disease within it. But if it does, then we can go in and energetically manipulate the energy flow, remove the disruptive blocks. Energy touch modality actually allows us to work in a divine hologram. We can pull um, damaged tissues and bring in healthy. We work out to the 28th level, which is the
Hmm.
level of life purpose and can be, we um, we have a personal energy sphere and then we have also
Hmm.
a collective energy sphere. So all of that is like a big soup all around us. And disruptions can come from all different places. It can be part of our genetics and it can be hereditary and it can be passed down through our lineage. Or it can be something that we pick up in this lifetime or even in past lifetimes, depending on your beliefs, where things come from. Um, I won't get into that, but it it really is just about getting the body to function perfectly properly. And so energy healing can get to that disruption, remove that
Hmm.
seed, and then allow the body to flow properly. There's even a technique where the chromosomes have these tips called telomeres on our chromosomes. And when we have cellular division, the chromosome replicates and it repeats itself. So if we can lengthen those telomeres, it basically makes it so that we don't age and we can, the
Wow.
body can function better. And when the cells divide, it doesn't divide in an aging cell, it divides in a healthy cell. And so
Mhm.
that's ultimately, some of the abilities that energy healing can help with. It can actually reverse aging and, keep a youthful energy flow. I mean, if you think back and um, people have lived for hundreds of years in the
Yeah,
ancient past,
right,
and they
right.
have regeneration techniques that allow the body to live that long and function that long. So, ultimately, energy healing is ancient, and
Yeah, it
it's what
is.
the ancients practiced, and we just need to embrace it and understand that we are all able to carry that divine energy and that
Most
ability.
definitely. Most definitely. Is there any testimonial you want to share with yourself or with a client or someone you work with, a loved one or a pet or anything that you want to share? A healing
I,
testimony.
I've had um, I've had hundreds, if not 1,000, sessions. I'm not at liberty to share client information or client experience, but I can share an experience that I had with my children. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have two sons and they're teenagers now, but when they were young, I could see that they had strep throat. On their tonsils, it was like white little lines. You could see in there that um, there was something there. And and they told me they had a sore throat and they weren't feeling well and they had a fever. And so I immediately worked on them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of my sons. And um, So strep throat is a bacteria and a virus. So you have to pull both. So
Okay.
basically did the session, pulled that out. And then he was feeling better 24 hours later. Well, their dad still wanted me to take him to the doctor and confirm that, there's no strep throat and whatnot. And so I did that and I took him to the doctor and the test was negative. Even though I could see it in there on their tonsils, I
Wow.
knew it was there. But the healing, like that was my validation. I'm actually an engineer. I have been, I graduated from college as an engineer and I've been working in the field for 25 years. So I like physical, tangible proof. I like to understand the science behind it, this, because it can be seen as kind of woo-woo and out there. And
Mm-hmm.
um, so I did get that confirmation that the healing actually worked. And the test result was negative. So
That's that is awesome. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I mean, we can do all kinds of really cool things. We could do. I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't claim to be, but
Right.
once we can remove these disruptions, the body fixes itself. So ultimately, the
Absolutely.
client is the healer. I'm just the facilitator for the energy to remember. Um, so yeah,
Absolutely.
it's fascinating and brilliant and
Yeah,
divine.
it is. It is. It is. And the body is so intelligent. It knows what to do when it has what it needs.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Awesome. So if someone wanted to reach out to you for your services, how would they contact you?
I have a website. My company or my business is called Peace of Love Healing, PEACE. Um, and so Peace of Love Healing at gmail.com is my email, and the website is peaceoflovehealing.com. There is a form that you can fill out on the website. Also, my phone number is on the website if you need to reach me directly. So those are probably the best ways to get in touch with me.
Awesome. Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.
Namaste.